It's Fox 26 Crime Files. Machete murders, kidnappings, extortions, and terrorism. I'm talking about MS-13, one of the most widespread and violent gangs in the world. I mean, these guys are serious. The FBI says they even have military-grade training camps for members. That's about as organized as crime can possibly get. And one of their kingpins was arrested right here at Bush International. This guy, Cesar Humberto Lopez Larios, he's part of the Ranfra Nacional, the 12 senior leaders of MS-13. A 33-page indictment out of New York accuses them of countless crimes, like ordering the murder of an FBI agent, using explosives, grenades, IEDs, and rockets in attacks, and influencing the El Salvador government with violence. And yes, these guys are right here in Houston. Take it from former Houston FBI agent Dennis Franks.
I have to say that probably MS-13 is one of the most brutal organizations I have awareness of. Just from the beginning, they have been brutal. They without conscience, a lot of times, and other criminal organizations such as the Sinaloa cartel in Mexico have used MS-13 members in their battle against the Los Zetas, another criminal organization in Mexico, because of their violent capacity. So that's really my initial take on them. They're very violent. They're very adept at being able to subvert young boys, young men into their criminal organization, and there's just nothing redeeming about them at all.
When you say violent, what exactly are you talking about? What crimes in specific?
You name it, as far as across the board: murders, extortions, retributions. They've actually been known for the use of machetes in their attacks. If it's an attack, a personal attack, or something of that nature. Obviously guns and other weapons, but they're probably better known for using machetes than any other organization.
2018, 5 MS-13 members mutilated a man in Spring with a machete and shot him multiple times. The same year, another member murdered 2 people, hacking their bodies with a machete. 2022, 10 members indicted, accused of mutilating a juvenile girl with machetes.
I think it's probably one of their trademarks is to use machetes to hack people up. They are present. They're forced to be reckoned with.
A killer on the loose and a family in mourning. Police released these photos of the suspect. They say he murdered a man on June 7th at 12:40 p.m. in broad daylight outside a gas station on the 6400 block of Gulf Freeway. Take a good look at him because police are still looking for him. He's accused of killing 41-year-old Fernando Villarreal. And I spoke to his brother, Joel, who says this is a random killing. His brother wasn't into gangs or drugs, and he just wants this killer to pay.
If you could say anything to the person who did this, if they're watching, if you could speak to them, what would you want them to know?
He his life up. He his life up. He's going to spend the rest of his life in prison. So that guy, he was trying to rob him and he killed him, that's a capital murder. It's not a murder. It's a capital murder. I did a little bit of research. Commit a murder while committing a felony is a capital murder, and that carries a death penalty. And I shouldn't hope that for nobody, but my pain is so, well, not only my pain, I can't just speak on myself, but my family's pain is so huge that I wouldn't be surprised that they're okay with death penalty too. But he fucked up his life young. Police say he's about 18 to 25.
So you're driving your car, you get a call that your brother has been murdered in the middle of the day outside of a gas station. What is going through your mind? How does that make you feel?
I couldn't drive. My wife kind of got on the driver's side and parked the truck, and I was destroyed. I fell on the street, just destroyed. I mean, I felt nauseated. I really couldn't believe it neither. And that was another thing. That's what hurt me the most because I knew it wasn't him. I knew it wasn't him because I figured like, well, I'm going to pull up to the funeral and it's been 4 days. I'm going to pull up to the funeral and it's not going to be him and he's going to be okay. And he's going to call me and, hey, can I come pick me up? You know? But it wasn't like that. It wasn't like that. It was him. It was him. Please don't let him flee the country. Watch the borders. Please watch the borders. He's Mexican. He could easily run to Mexico. You know what I mean? And we don't want that because we will never get any closure. That would be ridiculous. We want him caught and we want him to face justice in the criminal system, you know? It's okay, Mama. It's okay, Mama. Every day there's murders in Houston. It's every day.
It's just senseless killing. And
Senseless, there you go.
senseless. And I'm so sorry that your brother had to be a victim of that. I'm so sorry.
Yes, ma'am.
If you could say anything to your brother now, what would you tell him?
That I love him. That I love him. That I love him.
A Houston urban park ranger busted accused of threatening to arrest victims if they don't pay him and get naked. We were at court when Joey Lamar Ellis went before the judge as he's being charged with official oppression. Prosecutors say Ellis was working at a park that he wasn't supposed to be at and approached a man who was sitting in his car. They say he demanded the victim to strip down naked, confess to a crime that he did not commit, and give him $300, all while in his official park ranger garb and vehicle.
This morning, we actually were notified that there is a second complainant out there, same scheme, same set of facts. And so we have the investigators on that now, reaching out to that complainant as well.
Now, officials are asking anyone else who Ellis has done this to come forward. They think more charges will come of this investigation, and the Houston Parks Department says Ellis is no longer on their schedules. It's a weird one. You can't make that up. Moving on here, 2 suspects are still on the run after police say they shot and killed a man, all to steal a golf cart. The crime was caught on camera. Jade Fleury has that story.
Put the guns down. The man was just working, trying to provide for his kids.
The Houston Farmers Market shaken by gun violence caught on camera. Surveillance video shows the moment 2 teenagers shoot and kill a worker after trying to steal a golf cart early Thursday morning.
He had a tussle with one of the guys. Another guy came over him and proceeded to shoot him while he was laying down on the ground.
Houston police giving a brief description of the killers.
They were, 2 Hispanic males, very young. She said in their 20s, but when you see the video, you'll see that they look probably even younger than that.
So for you all to just take an innocent life over a golf course, kids, teenagers, get into school, do something better with y'all selves.
The man's family identifying the victim as 36-year-old Damon Price. Price leaves behind 2 children, a 13-year-old and a 4-year-old.
I just ask that justice be served, and whoever did this to him, just turn yourself in. He had babies. What if it was you?
His family now pleading for the killers to turn themselves in.
Please say something. He has a family just like y'all have a family. When we're taking a loss, they should take a loss too. A life for a life is not right.
In a statement, the Houston Farmers Market says that they're devastated by the events that happened Thursday morning and claim the life of an innocent man and a beloved market employee. Anybody with information on the shooting is urged to call Crime Stoppers. Reporting from Northeast Houston, Jade Fleury, Fox 26 News.
Just heartbreaking stuff there. And the number for Crime Stoppers is 713-222-TIPS. When you call that number, you are completely anonymous and you could get a cash reward for your information. And we're moving on to another story about teen crime. crime. It's happening way too often here in Houston. A 15-year-old is now behind bars facing capital murder charges, accused of killing a man during a robbery. That man, Coach Ramirez, leaves behind a family, a team, and a community.
It doesn't change anything. It never will. Just knowing that they found somebody that took basically our life away.
Ivan Ramirez's children spoke to Fox 26 about how tough it's been without their dad on the field.
It's never going to go back to normal, or what we think is normal. So it's definitely sad, everything that's going on. But me, we're all just trying to stay busy.
The 42-year-old coach was shot on Easter Sunday while approaching a suspected thief at his truck on the 14,000 block of Fay Ridge Drive. His son says they were home watching baseball when his father got an alert on his phone that his truck was unlocked.
While I was getting my bat, he ran out. And, 3-4 seconds later, I hear 4 shots.
Ramirez was shot 4 times, and the suspect fled the scene. Police and first responders arrived to help. After battling in the hospital for over 2 weeks, the coach was pronounced dead April 17th. Fox 26 attended the vigil his Texas Magic fast pitch softball team hosted, telling the stories of his leadership and mourning the loss.
To hear from girls that played with us 10 years ago and 12 years ago, it's just been really helpful in this situation.
Coach's children are staying hopeful that their father will get justice and determined to keep his memory alive with every play.
It shows with us, it shows on the softball field where he left himself, he was there.
That's it for Fox 26 Crime Files this week. I'm your host, Abigail Dye. I'll see you next week.